It's a film that's very rich in detail as well, isn't it? I mean, just watching it again, when they go into Frank and Hannah's flat, you notice the fish tank is almost empty and the fish are just struggling around at the bottom because obviously they're struggling for water. And then there's the scene on the rooftop where they said it hasn't rained. And you mentioned about the sweets and the very sort of funny scene in the supermarket where they're going around and gathering all their things that they need to gather. And there's obviously rotten fruit and veg, but they said, don't take anything you need to cook. It is about that survival element. But then there's the funny scene where Brandon Gleeson's helping himself to a few bottles of whiskey, which you probably would do in that situation. Just the humanity thing. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to help myself to some of that. Why not? It's not just about survival; it's about enjoyment as well.
It's interesting you mentioned that, Phil. That was definitely something that we all had going through it. Was that what are the naughty, what are the rule breaking things that you can do in this dystopian environment that you couldn't do normally, even down to filming. We were filming in the newly built Canary Wharf Underground, and there's this amazing escalator that goes for what looks like 100 meters from top to bottom. I remember looking at that thinking, oh my God, I'd love to slide down the banister of that, since we got no one else on this escalator and there's no one in sight for miles around. And Danny was like, yeah, go for it. And of course, the security guard came along at some point saying, no, you're not allowed to do that. And suddenly it was high vis and everywhere, and our guerrilla filmmaking was sort of abruptly halted. But he was definitely up for that, and that's testament to Danny. And he's got a real. He's like a mad professor. I always think of him as, in the nicest possible way. He's got that sort of excitement about what can we do that you wouldn't usually be able to do because we're in a slightly heightened environment or a slightly more contained environment when you're filming.